Matthew chapter 7, verse 21 through 23 says, Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Welcome back to Finding Purpose. If you are new here, please like and subscribe. Also click on notifications so you don't miss a thing. You can also check out Finding Purpose on Instagram. On to the video. So, last week we talked about Camouflage Christians, which are Christians who are being camouflaged to the world. If you have not gone and watched that episode, please go check it out. I have the link in the description. This week, I want to talk about the second type of Camouflage Christians, which is a worldly person or an unsaved person who is camouflaged as a Christian. So, why is this important to be aware of these people? Personally, I feel the mentality we should take is that everyone is lost until given evidence to the contrary, whether that be by their profession or just the evidence of the works in their lives. I know a personal fault of mine is that when I'm in a religious setting, a lot of the times I just assume the person is saved. It's not necessarily that I'm making a conscious decision to say, okay, they're in church, so they must be saved. It's more like I'm not making a conscious decision to say, okay, they may be at church, but maybe they're not saved, so I need to ask about that, because I feel like as a friend of yours, I should know whether you've ever made a profession of faith in your life or not. So, how do we discern these people from everyone else? Well, we see in Matthew 7:15 it says, Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. So, this word false prophets here in the Greek means one who is acting the part of someone who is supposed to be inspired of God. But now, let's continue reading here in Matthew 7, verses 16 through 20 to see how we are supposed to spot a wolf. So, Matthew chapter 7 verses 16 through 20 says, Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them. So, we are supposed to be inspectors of the fruit. When we look at someone, we should be able to tell by their works, by what the Bible says about a saved person and what the Bible says about a lost person, whether that person is saved or not. Now, like we talked about last week, there are some Christians who are backslidden and are not living the way they're supposed to, even though in their heart they truly are saved. So, I'm not telling you to second guess everyone you meet. You just be like, oh, well, they're not saved, even though they said they are. But rather, I am saying, if you see someone who is a proclaiming Christian, who's giving you a red flag of something the Bible says, this isn't right, it is in their best interest that you talk to them out of love and show them what the Bible says about that matter. So, if we just assume that everyone we meet is saved, even if they have red flags in their lives that show us that, this may not be a saved person, if we just assume that and never take any action on it, it is a very real possibility that that person, if they're not actually saved, could die and go to hell because no one ever said anything to them. Also, another very real reality that by their false profession and their lifestyle, they could take others to hell with them. So, we need to be cautious, we need to be in our Bibles reading what the Bible says about these things, and not be afraid to speak up. I hope this video has been an inspiration. I hope you guys all have a blessed day. Catch you next time!